Everything that's happening today in the form of protest, whether it's Occupy Wall Street or the Arab Spring or the environmental movement and watershed protection specific to my case, the ultimate issue globally is people want to be heard.
It's like a big black eye. I guess the best way to describe it is a natural rape of the Mother Earth. That's the way I saw it.
Because of social media, we're seeing that the general public is becoming much more opinionated about any kind of development.
There's a definite disconnect between what the voter wants, what the public wants, and what is happening at the decision-making level.
How do you get the credibility that's necessary for landowners to believe what you're saying?
It needs to change. It has to change.
Social interests, economic interests, and environmental interests. There was a time when we used to be able to think about these interests as separate silos and that we could address them differently, and it was probably always an illusion, but now we see that it's an illusion, it's not true.
All of those are difficult issues, so I think we need to up our game, if you will, in terms of the basis for collaboration and engagement between industry and governments and the broad range of stakeholders that we talked about earlier.
I think a critical component of success is to make that first step of having people come to the table willing to talk.
It's the way to go, as I see it, being able to sit down and talk with representatives from Imperial, from Shell, from Esso, ERCB, from Alberta Environment, and being, especially my viewpoint as a community member.
And we as an industry or government can't impose social license. Social license needs to be earned, and it largely gets earned through effective engagement and collaboration with communities and landowners.
In a very mobile, media-saturated society, we tend to forget about the basic relationship principles that go on between people. I think that we unconsciously stereotype people. I think that we make a lot of presumptions about people.
Don't believe that because you have a relationship that it's going to be there forever. Maintain the relationship, nurture the relationship, continue to network, and then you will have trust. And if you have trust, then you will be able to work with those stakeholders.
This is my community, treat it with respect, and I will treat you with respect.
Is the importance of not just hearing other people, but listening to what they have to say.
We don't have processes set up to effectively support working together, to support collaboration. And processes that are designed to level the power imbalance that might exist amongst stakeholders, to make sure that information that is trusted by everyone is available.
Well, collaboration is not about compromise. We hear so much talk about trade-offs between social, economic, and environmental benefits, and the importance of a synergistic approach is to understand that these benefits run together. In fact, they're dependent on each other.
Synergy provides that foundation for people willing to talk and try and find common ground, and allowing people to communicate their concerns, legitimate or otherwise.
Synergy movement is a huge benefit. It's all the different types of stakeholder groups in our province that can share their concerns or their frustrations, but still understand the other points, the other parts of oil and gas.
My solution was this big and they've come up with something this big, and it's so much better when you bring in all those perspectives and all those ideas. The things that come out of a group like that, it's incredible.
I was presenting at the Synergy Alberta conference on the concept of protecting a watershed through synergy, but really synergy for a group such as the North Saskatchewan River is about collaboration and highlighting the strengths of different groups and utilizing those strengths. And the approach being, you know, making yourself available for people to find you and collaborate with you, but also for people to seek out collaboration is extremely important for small groups such as the ones that are involved in our particular water movement.
We are all willing to learn and be proud of the process of having better environmental impacts, not within just our communities, but to also share that information with these other communities.
They've learned from us and we've learned from them. It's a very steep learning curve, especially for landowners, and I imagine for the energy companies too.
If we do it well, then I think we create a very fertile ground for innovation, for developing solutions that can be elegant in addressing the interests of each party, you know, providing solutions that each sector couldn't think of on their own within their own little box.